Hello everyone. So today we are going to start our classes from the lumbering part only. So let's start. Lumbering does not involve the felling of trees. The felling of trees means the cutting down of trees. It also involves keeping the forest safe for future generation. This is done by planting saplings where trees have been cut, having firefight squads who detect fires early and prevent them from spreading, educating tourists about the dangers of letting even a spark of fire fall on the dry conifers, spraying large area of forest with pesticides to fight pests like the spruce birdworms. Means lumbering does not only involve that we should just cut the tree and sell it. There is one more thing involved, and that is the safety of the forest. For what? For future generation. And that's why we do planting saplings. Even we have firefighting squads who detect fire in the uh, forest regions and thereafter prevent them from spreading only. Thereafter educating, we should educate the tourist about the dangers, that we should not fall any kind of fire in the conifers. It will spark and it will spread. Thereafter a large number of pesticides had been sprayed in the forest to avoid spruce and birdworm. Thereafter, we can see geographical factors have had a great impact on the occupation and life of the people in northern Canada. So let's see how it affect. So climate. The cool and short summers of the Tiaga are not suitable for agriculture. This forces the people to look for alternate occupation. Means the climate is very cool and the summer season will be very for a short period of time. So that's why it is not suitable for agriculture, and that's why the people who live over there have to go for alternative occupation. Thereafter we'll go for the natural vegetation. So the climate encourages the growth of thick stand of coniferous trees that are ideal for making papers and for construction. Means in the natural vegetation they got what? They got a lot of coniferous tree which is only used for paper making and construction. So they do their works over there. Okay, means they just make it as a occupation like paper mill or construction. So thereafter we'll go for the terrain. So the terrain is the flat nature of the terrain makes the felling of trees and their transport much easier. Means there has been a slope, or the slope have a lots of cut between them. So that's why it is the flat nature of the terrain which let it very easy to carry from one place to other place. Thereafter we'll go for the life in the Amazon basin. The Amazon basin, situated in the northern part of South America, include the area drained by the Amazon River and its tributaries. It covers an area of 7 million square kilometer. So now we are going to learn or discuss about the life in the Amazon basin. It includes the area drained by the Amazon River also, and its tributary. Means the tributary means there are one, two, three, or some kinds of river which follow a single river or drained in the Amazon River is called the tributaries, and it covers an area of about 7 million square kilometer. It stretches over the country of Bolivia, Peru, Suriname, Colombia, Ecuador, French Guiana, Venezuela, Brazil, Guyana. These are the country which covered by the Amazon forest. Amazon basin. Thereafter we can see that most of the Amazon basin is covered by Amazon rainforest, and this tropical rainforest is one of the richest area in the world in the term of biodiversity. So we will just come to know that the Amazon rainforest is the largest biodiversity in the world. Means it have a lot of animals, plants and different type of species will present over there. That's why it has been called as biodiversity. So we can see that the vegetation is home to more than two-thirds of the world's plant species. Plants and trees commonly found here include the rubber tree, the giant kapok, the Brazil nut, cocoa, banana, coffee, orchids. These are the types of trees which has been found in the Amazon basin, and these are very in demand, like it is these spices were in demand and we use it in our daily life. So most of the plants found here are prized for their medicinal value, like the dense Amazon rainforest have a critical role in regulating global climate. Means the Amazon forest majorly it has the major role for regulating the climate of the whole earth. Then we will see the animal life over there. So Amazon basin is the home to a wide variety of animal. There are over 400 species of mammals, over 300 species of reptiles, and 100 of species of birds. The Amazon river and its tributaries are home to thousands of species such as piranha, catfish, and stingrays. Means Amazon basin have a lot of animals, as I had told before, and it have a lot of species of mammals, reptiles, and birds. Among them, there has some of the species like piranhas, catfish, stingrays, which you people generally know. Thereafter, let's see about the population. Amazon basin is sparsely populated. A majority of the population lives in the large city that lies along the Amazon and its major tributaries such as Iquitos in Peru and Manaus and Belém in Brazil. There are scattered settlements in the interiors of the forest where many indigenous tribal groups live. Means the Amazon basin has a sparsely populated, it is not highly populated, and most of the population live in the large city which is situated near the Amazon basin, and the tributaries will like Iquitos just beside the Peru, and Manaus and Belém which is just beside in Brazil. These are the scattered settlement, means nobody live with like 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 they live in the they don't live in the clustered settlement. They all live in the scattered settlement in the interiors of the forest, and it is the place where indigenous tribal groups live. Apart from the wide variety of indigenous language, many of which are slowly dying, means there are a very indigenous languages has been talking by the tribal peoples, means the tribe who live there, they use a lot of different kind of languages. So we can say that there are a lot of language also live over there, and among them the main language spoken are Portuguese and Spanish. So Portuguese and Spanish were the main language which has been used in the Amazon basin or near the Amazon basin. Thereafter we will go for indigenous culture. So there are around 400 indigenous tribal groups together known as Amerindians that live in the Amazon rainforest. So we can see that there are 400 indigenous tribal groups live, and they has been called what? Amerindians. And please note it down because I can ask this in your exams also. Each tribal groups like Yanomana, Wazapi, Kayopo, and all of them has their own distinct language, they have their own culture, and they have their own territories, means area. While many tribal groups has been displaced by outsiders for their land and resources, some still live in the forest as their ancestors did thousands of years ago. But nowadays there are many outsiders who come and forcefully displace or tell them to just leave the area, and they just take over their lands. But still there are many tribal groups who live in the forest as their ancestors has been living from the thousands of years ago in the forest. So this is their culture. The indigenous people rely on the rainforest for its product and resources and protect the environment in the rainforest. Means the indigenous people, means the tribal people, they mostly depend on the rainforest for their products, for their resources, and even they also protect the environment in the rainforest. Most children do not go to school. Instead, they are taught how to survive in the forest, and they learn how to use local plants for food and medicine. So over there, the children won't go to school. They only learn how to survive in the forest, and they also learn how to make or prepare food and medicine for themselves. Okay. So today I'm going to end the class over here. Thereafter, in our next class, we will discuss many other things too. Thank you.